Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Negler here with Cheesehead TV and your Packers Daily Chat. It's Monday, the Monday morning after the final preseason game. Cut down day is tomorrow. Matt LaFleur indicating they will practice tomorrow, so I got to think most of those decisions will probably be made today on Monday. Cuts around the league have already begun. Nothing yet out of the Packers, though I suspect we'll probably hear stuff as the day goes on. Also, shout out to Instagram. Not going live on Twitter this morning, but we are supposedly live on Instagram. Just testing some things out here at Cheesehead TV with LiveX. So if you're on Insta, welcome. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, hello. Thanks for joining us. You know what else you should join? You should join Underdog Fantasy. It's the best and easiest place to play fantasy football for big cash prizes. On Underdog Fantasy, you just draft. No need to worry about waivers, lineups, or injuries. Underdog handles that all for you. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. You get a free $25 in bonus cash if you use the code Cheesehead when you make your first deposit. That $25 is worth 5 free entries into the Puppy 3, a fantasy football tournament with $1 million total prize money and a $200,000 first place prize. Let's say you miss out on drafting Aaron Rodgers in your regular league. You can go sign up on Underdog, play more fantasy football, draft Aaron Rodgers 5 times, and you won't even have to worry about all those lineups and nonsense like that. You'll get Rodgers' best score throughout the season with their best ball format. Go to Underdog Fantasy. And I hear you. Maybe you're not a fantasy football person. That ain't your bag. That ain't what you're into. You know what you're into? Stuff you can touch and feel and tactile things that you can hold. So you know what you need? You need the 2021 official yearbook of the Green Bay Packers. Head to packersyearbook.com. Use code CHTV to get 10% off. That's 10% off the Packers official yearbook. You can also get the Game Day magazine delivered directly to your inbox every morning of a game day. Another 10% off discount if you use code CHTV. While you're tooling around the internet, make sure you stop by VINFL.com. That's VINFL.com for this sweet Acme Packers hoodie. Use code CheeseheadTV to get 15% off all of the goodness. Good morning, everybody in the comments. Good to see everybody. Dustin starting us right off with a super chat. When do we get 12 rounds at MSG Nagler versus Grossi? Nobody. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I mean, I'll kick his ass in Madden, but nobody needs to see us fight. There's no fighting here. I love Tom. Tom's good peeps. Someone should invent throwback fantasy football. Yeah, because then Oz could participate. It'd be nice. Surely the New Orleans game will be in New Orleans. It's 2 weeks away, plenty of time. Gary, I'm glad you brought that up. I've already gotten a ton of questions on Twitter about this, and I've seen a couple of people reference it in the comments already. Look, can we just let New Orleans handle New Orleans for a second? I know their team is ensconced in a hotel in Dallas, but let's see what's happened to New Orleans first and let them deal with the city and the stadium, and we'll worry about the football game in 2 weeks, and the NFL will be all over it. Yes, there's a possibility they play this game in Dallas. That could happen, but that's a ways away. Let's just let New Orleans and the city and the state deal with the aftermath of the hurricane. We'll worry about the football shit later. How about that? That's all I'm going to say about that. Nags, who would be a surprise cut? David Bakhtiari. Good morning, Nags. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you? Does Jack Heflin make this team? He has potential. I think so, but you never really know, right? It's a possibility he ends up on the practice squad. That wouldn't surprise me, but I also wouldn't surprise me if he's on the 53. It's really going to come down to numbers elsewhere. I think somewhat also what they think about Tyler Lancaster's injury. I know Coach pretty much put him in the questionable category for week 1, so maybe that helps Heflin's chances of being on the 53. David, thanks for the super chat. Were you surprised Green Bay released Kamal Martin going into year 2? A bit of a surprise, just because usually they give draft picks a little bit more time, but not surprised given his play on the field. Let's put it that way. Martin damaged goods. I mean, somewhat. You know, they definitely got him at a discount in the draft because of the injury, and then he injured himself right before the regular season, and I think that really set him back. When he got on the field last year, he just never looked comfortable, never looked like he was really arriving on time, was taking lots of false steps, and you hoped, I think the hope was off-season, new scheme, new, emphasis, etc. might help him in that regard, but he just started behind and never really caught up, it would seem. Did Jordan Love solidify his role on the team as lead clipboard holder? Yes, Dusty. No question about it. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. MVS breakout year, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, market 0. I don't know about 1,000 yards. I think there's a lot of mouths to feed. Feels pretty high yardage wise. 8 touchdowns? That wouldn't surprise me. Did I send coach my starting line? Yes, best 5, definitely. What makes it tricky, though, is like you don't really know. I mean, you suspect what they're going to do with David Bakhtiari. I've said it before. I'll be shocked if he's starting week 1. So that lets you know, or that at least starts you off on, you probably can pencil in Elton Jenkins at left tackle and then work from there, right? But we don't really know. Don't really know about Bakhtiari yet. Until that's official, it's really hard to make much of an educated guess. Ben, thanks for the super chat. Hey, Nags, like what I've seen from Love so far. If he has Favre traits, at least we'll never be boring to watch. Go, Pack, go. The kid's thrown a few interceptions, and people are already like, oh, it's a lot like Favre. Like, man, they're so different from their traits and tendencies as players to just like the kind of offense they're running and the guys they're working with, etc. Let's calm down on the Favre comparisons. Yes, he threw a couple interceptions. Yes, he has shown a penchant for not being afraid to chuck it over the middle and into tight coverage. There's zero doubt that that's very different than his soon-to-be predecessor, no doubt. Accidental Hero, thanks for the super chat. Your take, we lack thumpers. Interesting. My faves, Bishop, Simmons, Cecil, Nitschke. Who else? Other Green Bay Packers you like because they brought it. Oh, man, you named them. You can't name them all and then go, oh, name some more. I mean, Bishop was the guy, right? That was the one you really liked. That sack of Tom Brady in 2010 in that game in New England is just a thing of beauty when he comes on the cross dog blitz. Gorgeous. Trying to think back in the day. You know who brought it? Mark Lee. That's a name for you kids. Probably not even, most of you probably weren't even born when Mark Lee was playing, but he was a former safety for the Packers who used to bring it. Do I think Reggie Begelton did enough to make the team? Mike, I'd be surprised. I think he's destined back for the practice squad. It's just going to be awfully tough to crack. If he's the 6th wide receiver over Malik Taylor, I'll be really surprised. And I'm not even convinced they're going to keep 6 wide receivers. I would be absolutely shocked if they kept 7, which is what they need to do, I would think, for Begelton to make it. And that's not a knock on him. I think he had a really strong camp, but it's going to be tough. Very, very tough. Legless, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Who would be the top 5 into the Cheesehead TV Fan Hall of Fame? Well, we know Oz is number 1, right? Didn't we go through this during the draft? Go look at the end of the draft stream. I think we did this. It's all there. Mark Lee was awesome sauce. You damn right. Mike Witt, transplants this week. No transplants this week, but it's tentatively. This is not in pen yet, but tentatively, we will return on September 8th. So I believe that's a week from Wednesday. Will be the return, the triumphant return of that venerable series. But again, that's in pencil. That's not in pen yet. Walter, thanks for the super chat. I know it's a while away and this is the last of the worries, but is the pending hurricane in New Orleans a threat to our week 1 game? Well, it's not pending anymore, Walter. It hit. And it seems like New Orleans got lucky in the sense of it not completely hitting New Orleans straight on. But as I said at the start of the stream, look, let's let New Orleans deal with it, and we'll worry about the football when it's here. Well, they've got a 2-week window here to deal with whatever they need to as far as either cleaning it up and getting it ready and or moving the game. Moving the game is certainly a possibility if things are bad, but we won't know for a bit yet. So we'll let New Orleans deal with that. What number is DeGuara? I need to pay attention. He's 81, isn't he? 81. Atari Bigby brought it. That's true. Although he wasn't a wrap up like sure tackler, right? He was a thumper and he was a hitter and he would dislodge you, no doubt about it, from the football. I don't know, man. He had some bad tendencies when it came to trying to wrap up. Go, Pack, go. Thanks for the super chat. Prediction, Rodgers, 5,050 yards, 37 touchdowns, 1 interception. That ain't a prediction. That's what it's going to be. Vicky Valancourt. That's bold. That's all I'll say is bold. You know who wasn't a thumper? Estes Hood. Nice. Big B's here. What's up, Big B? Mark, will cuts start today? I suspect so, Mark. Especially with Coach talking about how they're going to practice tomorrow afternoon. I can't imagine they're going to be making cuts Tuesday at like noon and then practice at 3 or something. I would suspect they get the majority of that work done today. So I would be on the lookout on the Twitter feeds of one Bob Domofsky, Bill Huber, Ryan Wood, etc. I would think those cuts would start happening today. That's, again, just guesswork on my part. Preston, thanks for the super chat. 21 Packer offense more lethal than the 1 and 11. Ooh, that's saying a lot. That's a high bar, to clear. They could do it. I think the one question mark there is the offensive line, right? I mean, one of the things that killed them in the end in 11 was the offensive line, the injuries up front. And this year with this offense, it's kind of the question marks with the youth and transitioning from Corey Linsley to Josh Myers, and then who knows who else is along the line with him. I think that's kind of your one big question mark there. But as it's drawn up, designed, the skill positions, the quarterback, etc., they have the potential to be that lethal. Yes, 100%. I miss Brandon Chiller, so you're the one. I like it. When does AJ Dillon Tuesdays start? Brandy, they'll be on Mondays, actually. We talked to AJ's people last week about this, actually. But we will be starting AJ Dillon Carry the G every week, mostly every Monday during the season. Obviously, when they play Monday night, we'll do it Tuesday. But Carry the G with AJ Dillon. We'll start that first Monday after the New Orleans game. I believe that's the 13th. Myself, Corey, a handful of Cheesehead TV regulars and friends of show on the panel, and we'll have AJ as our special guest every single week. So be sure you're subscribed to the Cheesehead TV YouTube channel so you don't miss it. Milk was a bad choice. Ken Dog, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in forever. How you doing, man? Go Pack Go. Thanks for the super chat. To be honest, record aside, I think last year's offense was potentially more lethal than 2011. I mean, it certainly was efficient as hell. No doubt about it. No question about it. Charles Martin was a thumper. He was other things as well. Come back for the home opener. Let's go, man. No, I'm going to be doing most of the games from our studio here in New York City. I will be coming back for the Bears game. That's happening because we're going to have a Patreon event. So the one game that I for sure will be in town for will be the Bears game. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. Chimura or Finley down 6, 4th and 6 on the 10. On our 10 or their 10? Chimura or Finley? Honestly, I gotta go with Chimura. Just because Finley, he's great, incredible talent, but I'd be afraid he'd drop it. Sorry, man, just keeping it real. But he was an incredible talent. Great player when he was healthy. But give me Chewy in that situation. At this point in their career, can Dexter Williams and EQ be put on the practice squad? I think Dexter can. I don't know about EQ. I suspect so with the new rules, but I'm not sure. I'd have to go read the fine print. Any news about Zadarius Smith's injuries? Is he getting better? Will he be there in a week or two? Joan, we don't know yet. I don't think we're going to get any kind of word on Zadarius until the start of next week. The first injury report will be out a week from Wednesday, and that's when we'll get an official designation on all of these guys. But I've said it here before many times during the preseason camp. Teams do not have to give out any kind of injury information, and the Packers certainly fall into that category. I'll be surprised if we hear anything prior to the beginning of next week when it comes to Z. Fred, thanks for the super chat. Does Goody pull the trigger a little quicker on draft picks than TT? If you're talking about, saying, okay, I made a mistake and letting them go, evidence would suggest yes, right? I mean, I don't think there's any question on it. Now, the one question I got is J.K. Scott going to stick around? He seems to be going the Ted Thompson route there because, man, I don't know. I don't think J.K. has done anything this summer to allay the fears of his inconsistency. Does Brian pull the trigger and go bring in somebody else? I don't know. We'll see. But I would suspect your overall point is correct. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. Chimura was the only right answer, Nags. I don't know what's right or wrong. It's just an opinion, right? Rashawn Gary is the best. He is a beast, and I can't wait to watch him start to tear things apart starting in week 1 down in New Orleans, no doubt. Do you think J.K. Scott has had a cramp this whole time? Oh, that's good. Matt, we don't care about what guys do off the field. We're talking strictly about what they do on the football field. Thanks for playing. I won't be as good as if JK could be as good as he was his first game. That would be great. I know, right? When he had that monster, was a 63-yard punt to basically win the game against the Bears. It was all out in front of him. It was all so promising at that point. Does Benkert have practice squad eligibility? I believe so. I don't think he's ever been on a 53-man roster. Lots of punters on the market very soon. Dennis, it's a possibility that the Packers look that way. That's what I've been saying. You're not just competing with the guys in your camp. You're competing with the guys in every camp. How many inside linebackers are we going to carry on the 53? I would suspect, probably 3 for sure. I would think we definitely see, obviously, Barnes and Campbell. I think McDuffie's going to make it. Past that, maybe Ray Wilborn. Warren Burks, probably. I don't think he's a lock, though. That's how it kind of shapes up at this moment. Tom Grossi for punter. I thought we were doing Tom Grossi for wide receiver. You guys can't make up your mind. Stanley, thanks for the super chat. The Last Dance. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, it is, essentially. It's going to be amazing if they figure out a way to make it work into 2022. So soak it all up, baby. Most likely Aaron's last dance with the Green Bay Packers. Next, any chance that week 1 game gets canceled, or what is going on, or do they move it to Green Bay? Connor, they're not moving it to Green Bay. I've addressed this a couple times already. Let's let New Orleans deal with it. Plenty of time for the NFL to make a determination. They will not move it to Green Bay, though. If they are to move it, it will probably be to Dallas, because most other neutral sites that would make sense are going to be filled up with their own games. Dallas is free that weekend. But long way to go. A lot of ball game left. Big Nick. How do I get a Big Nick is here like Big B gets? I watch every day. When or how do I get my shout out? All right, Big Nick. First of all, welcome. Thank you for watching every day. Big B is a legend. You got a long way to go, Big Nick. I mean, I appreciate your support. I love that you're here. Thanks for participating and for supporting Cheesehead TV. But, sir, I know legends. And you, sir, are no legend. Not like Big B. Big B is a legend. Overall thoughts on camp, positive or negative? Thought it was great how it really kind of progressed from the time we kind of got there, and they had their first kind of 5 days of non-padded stuff, and they were still doing review, and then they started installs again, and you really saw the offense kind of, I don't know, almost mature and start to kind of work things into, concepts and things we'd already seen past the install phase. The defense to me is a big question mark. I don't know how much we learned about the defense, at least how much I learned about the defense, other than, it looks pretty similar. There are a few wrinkles that looked a little different. The 5-man line, I think, will be interesting to watch on early downs. But, I think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts early in the year. That's my initial impression. Sorry, my neighbor is obviously using this time to cut the grass. Walter, thanks for the super chat. You see any of our coaches as a head coach candidate next year? Well, Nathaniel Hackett got an interview last year with the Falcons. Obviously didn't get it, but I think he'll probably be in the mix if the Packers are as potent on offense again. Of course, some of that will probably be tempered by the fact that, you've got Aaron Rodgers. So, how much of that is actually you? Something that Packers coaches have had to deal with for a long time, whether it's Rodgers or Favre. Although Ben McAdoo wrote it to a head coaching job, right? So, I think there's a possibility that some of the offensive coaches get a look-see. I tell you what, who people would be smart to look at is Ben Simmons. He is a really good coach. I really think he should get a little play. There's Big B, and then there's everybody who wants to be Big B. Exactly. Hackett needs a team-colored gold. I like it. I like it. I like it. Tom Grossi, so much talent, a plug-and-play kind of guy. There you go. I like it. What else we got here? Big B is God tier. There we go. Now you guys are getting it. Let them know. Let them know. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on Packers Daily. Thanks for joining me on all the platforms, but especially on Instagram for the first time. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Please, please, please do me a monster favor. Hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family, Cheesehead TV. We're devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Don't forget, Andy Herman and I will break down the initial 53-man roster tomorrow after the deadline. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel so you don't miss it. As I said, Packer Transplants is imminent. The return a week from Wednesday. Be ready for that. Be ready for Carry the G, and be ready for watch parties. We'll be back with the first watch party for the Saints game. Lots coming up. Really exciting times. Regular season right around the corner. Can't wait. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go, Pack, go.